So we value women's sports rights the same way as we value any sports rights. So I think the more you try to separate it and categorize into its own little corner, the more damage you're doing. Because women's sport, effectively, it's sport, right? It's the same sport that men play. And I think we look at it as any commercial property. We look at audience ratings, we look at the fan base, we look at participation base, we look at how it sits on our channels in comparison to other content. So we look at it from a holistic perspective, and especially as a paid TV broadcasters, a lot of our objectives are very commercial and we have targets to meet. So we look at it from a very analytical perspective. I think women's sport as a commercial proposition has so much value, and especially working in broadcast, we're always looking for properties that we can invest in and we can grow and we can really position. But going back to that, I think it has so much potential, but it's all about building the property from the ground up and creating that value. And you create value by, looking at women's sports and a property and creating stories around the athletes, by investing and by making sure you create enough compelling support programming to kind of create a narrative around the sport and create a proper brand out of it. The more you try to bundle women's sport with men's sport or do it as a corporate social responsibility, the more you're ultimately undermining the potential this property has to grow. So I think the key to achieving commercial growth for women's sport is literally treating it as its own brand and investing in it and growing it, and that in turn will drive sponsorship opportunities and media opportunities. So there's definitely a lot of value in women's sport.